Come on. You gotta be kidding me. I've had it with these glyphs. Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we're going to be diving into the topic of glyphs, and are they rigged? Are they rolling minimum more than they roll maximum? How often do they roll in the middle? I have started to graph this as best I can, and I'm going to present what I've got to you so far. I have not had long enough to get thousands of sample size, so this isn't going to be like peer-reviewed data that you can really take to the bank. All I'm going to do is present to you what I have so far and what I kind of think because of that. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so anyway, as you can see, I am on the artifact mission here, where I've got to get 40 max substat upgrades using rank 5 or higher glyphs. Now, thought it would be a good time while I'm being reminded about glyph spending to go ahead and do a video on some of the data I've been collecting here about some glyphs. Now, the thing is, this is a little bit tough to graph because every glyph has different ranges, and they actually have a different amount of options that they can roll. So my methodology in doing this that I was kind of thinking in my head was to get this down to 4 outcomes, where I've got a minimum, a maximum, and then 2 in the middle, so I can see if things are equally just distributed as they are kind of rolling. So let me explain this to you. When I go in under the glyph section, let me pop this up, and we'll select a piece, go upgrade. Okay, so when we go to enchant a glyph, when you are going to use like a 6-star speed glyph, you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 as outcomes. So you've got 6 different outcomes. You've got 1 minimum and then 1 maximum, and you've got 4 in the middle. So things could really skew towards the middle. But if I use a 4-star glyph, now I've got 4 options. I've got minimum as 1, maximum as 4, and then 2 and 3 in the middle. So I've got 2 options that aren't in the middle and 2 options that are in the middle, and I can really get accurate data as to if it's going to skew towards the min roll. As I'm sure we all feel like in our head, it definitely seems like it skews towards the min roll, but I don't want to assume things. I want to go ahead and take the time to collect some data and figure out if it actually does, or if it's just a tinfoil hat theory. And this same rule applies to resistance and accuracy glyphs as well. If you go to the 4-star, you can see here I've got 4 as a minimum, then 5 or 6 in the middle, and 7 as a maximum. So it makes it really easy to chart. So as I spend these during CBCs and during quests and things that I need to get done, I will go ahead and chart them as long as they have an even distribution, so I can stay consistent in my charting. So what I would do is I would just click enchant, and then I would see, okay, that's a mid-roll. So then I would go ahead and chart that as a mid. So let me go ahead and pull up the chart right here. There it is. So I would just go through, I would type in what glyph it was, and then I would type what it rolled, and then I would have it color coordinate based on just a plain mid-roll, or the green for the max, or the red for the minimum. And then I would have that reflected over on the chart. What you can see is, now, like I said, I'm going to need thousands to make this perfect. But the trend that is, you can choose whether you want to believe this trend or not, but the trend that I'm observing from what I'm charting is going to be, so far, I think it's going to be 50-50. If there's 4 outcomes, I think it's going to be 50-50 to roll either in the middle or min-max, which is absolutely what I would expect. And then I always kind of suspected that it would skew a little bit towards the minimum roll, which so far, that's what it's doing. Like I said, for the 3rd time, I know the sample size is not massive yet. This is only just kind of like, let me see, how many is this? So we start at 5 and we go down. How many is this? Yeah, about 140 something, 144 glyphs or something. So I know that I need to get this up to like 1,000 to really get more concrete data. But so far, it is kind of doing exactly what I thought it would, which is go 50-50 to be in the middle, and then slightly skew towards the min roll. You can see 44 of them went as a min roll versus only 31 that went to the max. So it is starting to deviate and kind of show exactly what I thought it would be. So if I had to look at this and give you my guess as to if I do roll 1,000 glyphs, what do I guess is going to happen? I'm going to guess that the mid is going to be 50-50. It's going to be a 50% chance for that to happen. And then I'm going to guess that the other two are going to be 30-20. So it's going to be a 50% chance to be in the middle on a 4-star glyph. And then you're going to have a 30% chance that it's going to roll minimum. And you're going to have a 20% chance that it rolls maximum. That's going to be my guess. I'll continue to keep charting these, and maybe we'll revisit this in a couple months down the road. And then we'll see if it actually ends up being true, because I know a lot of us in the community feel like it definitely seems like it skews to the minimum. So I wanted to dive in and start seeing if that's actually going to reflect or not. So far it is kind of showing exactly what I thought was happening, but I will keep you in the loop. And worth taking the opportunity in this video to make sure and let you know that this artifact mission at the part 6 and then 396 over on the bottom left. Actually, let me move myself so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, you can see here, it's going to be over here. Let me point like that. There we go. Part 6 out of 7 and then 396 is a brutal artifact mission where we're having to spend all of those glyphs, get 40 max substat upgrades on rank 5 or higher glyphs. That's absolutely nasty, especially if they skew towards the min rolls like my data is showing so far. Not scientific, but so far it seems to be the case. So you do have to prepare and really save up glyphs for when you see those glyph missions show up. They are definitely a bottleneck in your progression for Ramontu. And I also want to talk about how I think glyphs should function, like if I were going to design glyphs. I'm actually, maybe you're going to hate me for this, I'm actually not horribly against how the glyphs roll in the game. It should be tough to get the max roll on a glyph, and I'm actually okay with it slightly leaning that direction if, hear me out, you should not be able to get an equal to or worse roll than you already got using that specific glyph on that specific piece. So like you see times where people will use a 6-star speed glyph and it rolls 3. They'll use another one and it rolls 3. They use another one and oh my gosh, it rolls 3. I just used 3 6-star glyphs and they all rolled a 3. That's what shouldn't happen. So the way glyphs should function if I designed them was if it rolls a 3, the next one, the range is 4 to 8. It can't roll 3 again. So then you get bad RNG and it rolls 4. Now that bumps up again and it can't roll a 3 or a 4. It's guaranteed to have a range of 5 to 8. So the more glyphs that you invest in a roll, at least you're getting a little bit of progress towards a better roll if you're willing to invest more in it, because you're not going to get screwed over by just flat out wasting a glyph with 0 improvement. So I think with that one change, it would be a lot more exciting and more fair to use glyphs, and you wouldn't get that gut punch of getting like 2 or 3 min rolls in a row on glyphs that are very important to you. And then another thing that I think would be kind of cool and interesting, you can let me know if this is crazy or not, but like the incentive, if you 3-star stage 21 on your run, you've got like a 10% chance to drop a golden glyph, and a golden glyph is guaranteed to max roll. Again, let me know if you think that's crazy or not, but you have to 3-star the last stage, and even then you only have a 10% chance to get a golden glyph, which is guaranteed to max roll. Now remember, I believe stage 21 drops like 4 to 6-star. If it's gonna drop 4-star, then why not have something fun like golden glyphs? Let me look this up here. Stage 21, I believe it is, yeah, it's 4 to 6. I just wanted to confirm so I'm not hoodwinking you here by lying. But yeah, I think if it's gonna drop 4 to 6, as long as you're able to 3-star the last stage, I think you should be rewarded for building a team that is good enough to 3-star the last stage and have a chance to farm up some of those golden glyphs. And you still might get 4 stars. Like, you still might get a golden glyph that is 4-star. But I think just those couple changes would really improve and spice up the glyph system, in my opinion. But yeah, that's mostly what I want to talk about in this one. Just a fun little video kind of showing you the data that I've been collecting. And I do this over on stream. If you ever stop by my stream, you probably saw me doing this at some point, trying to kind of slowly collect data for this chart over here. And I'm always collecting data for all sorts of different charts and stuff like that. But I would love to know what you think down in the comments, what your experience has been, and what you think of my crazy ideas that I'm kind of spitballing here during the video. I always enjoy reading through and hearing your input as well. And don't forget to subscribe on your way out, because I am working on all sorts of data and graphs and resources that I am going to be forwarding to you so you can play Raid as efficiently as possible. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.